I wonder what they're like.
From our viewpoint, Professor, they're either suprahuman or subhuman.
Hello out there in the YouTubeverse. It is Max, and I am back at you. This time we are doing a mixed up Premier draft. So I've done these before on the channel. They are very cool. They're basically like a Super Chaos draft where every pack can be everything that is available on Arena minus like alchemy cards for the most part. It's pretty wild, and I think it's a lot of fun. So we're going to jump right in. We have Doppelgang. For each of X target permanents, create X copies. That's a little bit slow in 2 colors. Born to Drive, not my cup of tea. Take to the Streets. Garna. Do we have any good removal here? I see a Savage Punch. I see a Strangle. Mirrorleaf Rider is a card I was quite a fan of in that particular limited set. I'm going to just first pick a Strangle, I think. So if you haven't done these kinds of drafts, this is a whole big mix of stuff, right? We got some Dominaria here. We got some Streets of New Capenna here. We got some Eldraine here. It's just all over the place. It could be absolutely anything and everything. So we're going to really lean on the principles of drafting for this, right? We're going to lean on the bread principle. We're looking for bombs. We're looking for removal. We're looking for evasives. We're looking for good general themes. So flyers, big fat creatures that we ramp into, small beaters that are aggressive, just very generic kind of archetypes, not trying to branch into very niche synergies from specific sets. So we're going to avoid that as much as possible during the course of the draft. So we have an ambitious farmhand, which was quite good. Search your library for basic planes. Pay 3 to transform it, and you can only do this if you control 3 or more creatures with different power. So that's a little bit tough to do. Not ridiculously hard to do, but a little bit tough to do. But if you flip it, it flips into a 3/3 lifelinker. So pretty nasty card here. Just going to look around. No real red minus Mogus's Warhound, which isn't a bad card. The bestow on this makes it pretty playable. There is definitely an advantage to staying in red for us. I don't see anything like wholly busted that we're missing out on. The Incisor Glider was decent, but you need the poison counters, right? Like that's a very specific kind of thing. I'm just going to take the Warhound. I think it's close to the farmhand. I'm not going to be casting a Jin-Gitaxias, so I'm not going to worry about that. We got Ellie sneaking on in under the table. So if you hear anything, it's probably an Ellie. So this pack, Signature Slam. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Then each modified creature you control deals damage equal to its power. So that'd be at least the card. So it's basically a bully for one character, for one creature, not character. We're not playing Lorcana right now. So any number of creatures that also happen to have 1/1 counters for the most part, right? Auras, counters, equipment, something like that are pretty good. The Lunarch Veteran is very good. Gain a life whenever another creature you control enters, and then it comes back later on, is quite strong. So we can go like towards the direction of green-red beats. We can go towards red-white, kind of more aggressive style beatdown. I think both are totally valid archetypes. I think the Veteran is just very good. Cavalier, just another flyer that's on curve, so we can definitely go like Veteran, Warhound, Cavalier is a totally reasonable line to take. We could take the Windscarred Crag as we move into that direction. The only negative is we might not want to take more white cards down the road, and then we have this fixing that isn't the best. But I do like the Mesa Cavalier here. 2/1 flyer. When it enters, you gain 2 life. Super clean. Really easy, good curve card. The Eldrazi Repurposer is quite strong as well. This the Modern Horizon sets are going to be some of the strongest cards. It's tempting to take the Repurposer. It makes me wish I had taken the Signature Slam. When you cast M when it dies, it's just so strong. Ugh, I think I'm going to take that. And we'll decide if we're green or white as we go. Not a huge loss of opportunity here. You can see now there's a green-red land, right? 3-1 for 2. As long as it's equipped, it gets +0/+2. Memory Leak is solid. You get to look at their hand in exile, and it cycles for a single colorless. Flame Blessed Bolt is what we're going to take. Just 2 damage to a creature at instant speed, and it exiles it. It's just so clean. Maybe we wheel the Timber. I doubt we do the Timber. We'd probably get like something kind of pretty generic back that's or very poor. Sungrace Pegasus in this pack. Shatter the Source is 6 damage, which is not bad. That's a creature, planeswalker, or a battle, which might come up because, again, mixed up. Tragic Slip is super efficient in the same pack as Persistent Specimen. I think I'm going to take the Pegasus here. Again, not losing out on much here to take. Like, green doesn't have much. Got Brain in a Jar, which I think is a little too slow for what we're trying to do in either direction. So now we have Binding Mummy. Right now we don't have... You'd want to be black with the Binding Mummy because most of your zombies are going to be in black-white. We have 5/5 for 5. We have 2/2 for 2 that gets a pump and turns into a 4/4 if you pay 5 mana. Both of these are totally acceptable cards. We have a 2/3 Vigilance. Whenever an enchantment is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you put a 1/1 counter. That's not exactly where we want to be. I think it's going to be either of the green cards here. I'm just going to, when in doubt, to drop it out. Take the Dissident. Keep our curve as low as possible. We have 0/4 with Ward 1. Pay 4. This gets +X/+0, where X is its toughness. So in the late game, that can provide a beater, and it can provide a blocker early. Turn a land into a critter. Fog. We have a destroy an artifact, or just the Marmoset. Whenever you cycle. Or Sticky Fingers. This is an interesting... I'll take the Sticky Fingers. I don't know if we'll play it, but it's not bad, and cutting a red card here is beneficial for us. The Mirrorleaf Rider did wheel. The Fire Elemental's just stats. I'm going to take the Mirrorleaf Rider here. We could take the Gilgate and perhaps go 3 colors. I don't think that's a winning recipe. Gilgate is good. I'm just going to take the Mirrorleaf Rider. Equip creatures +1/+1 and pay 3 taps, sacrifice, destroy an artifact or enchantment. +1/+1. It's cheap. We'll take it for now. We're very mixed in color. I'm going to take just the on-color card, period, and try to send a signal that these colors are not available. I'm going to do that again with the Frenzied Raptor. This card's okay. It often is very much easy to take care of and trades down a lot. Like, often a 2-mana play will just trade with this card, and that's not always where you want to be. But it does pressure. Like, if you're on, like, the remove your blocker attack, I mean, it puts in 4 damage, and then they have to block it. And sometimes they don't have a choice but to play a good creature and trade. So it's very back and forth on if that card's decent. I don't think it's great, but it is marginal playable. I'd take it if I had to. Like, definitely low-end filler stuff. But so far, I'm not sad with any of the cards we've taken. Like, this card's a little bit, it's an aura, you know. 2/3 reach. Whenever this creature blocks with a creature with flying, it gets +2/+0. So really says no to flying. Versus the lightning, which is fine, but not great. Brain in a Jar. I'm just going to pass a black card and just try to put the next person to my left here in black if possible. As much as I can with some of these, like, kind of like low-end filler cards. But we did pass over, like, a Witch's Cottage, which is quite nice for a black deck. Hopefully that we get rewarded there. We have a Strongbox Raider. Whenever this creature enters, if you attacked this turn, exile the top 2 cards, choose one of them. Until in a turn, you can play that card, so that's quite nice. The Roper's decent, especially with the white we have. We do have a a little bit of life gain synergy with the Sun Grace Pegasus and the Lunarch Veteran, so actually like kind of does play well with the Lurking Roper. Ardenvale Tactician is nasty good. Seize Opportunity and Faithless Looting are just like fine for red. This is Swamp Mountain Forest, so unfortunately could be like 2 of the 3, but it's not the perfect. So it's either the Raider or the Tactician, and this is kind of the pivot point of the draft if we have to really kind of decide what we're doing. I feel like because of the quality of our removal, the red card's going to be good. I could take Pyromancer because it is just a solid red card, but I'll take the Raider to start to give us some mid-game. Galvanic Charge here stands out immediately as very strong. Not much else, honestly. Off-color land, colorless desert. I would potentially play this if we could land on 2 colors. Triplicate Spirits is the other card that really jumps out as very, very powerful. Triplicate Spirits, if you're not familiar, convokes and makes 3 flying spirit tokens. It's very strong on a board where you can't attack at times, but I'm all for extraordinarily cheap interaction, and Galvanic Discharge being able to be 3 damage for 1 red mana at instant speed is just, you can't ignore that, especially because it can go after Planeswalkers as well. Another example of a Modern Horizons card that's very pushed. So I'll happily take that. Hydra's Growth is cool, but possibly not great. Oh, Vorak, one of my favorites. This was a great card from this particular set. Reveal a land card. Look at the top 4 cards, reveal a land, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom. If you didn't do that, you get to proliferate. Really cool card. We have here some big red. Don't love that one. I kind of like the Master Splicer, and we're still kind of playing this dance, though it looks like white is more open than green, at least from this direction. Dvorak is good, but not every green deck's going to want that effect. So I kind of need to shit or get off the pot a little bit here at this point with what I'm doing and figure out what color I'm actually going into. So, oh man, Dreamtail Heron, how is this still in the pack? Cards bonkers. Sultai Devotee helps me if... No, does not help me whatsoever. Bloom Hulk is really good in green, but again, we're just like taking white card, then green card. 4 damage to an attacker or blocker I'll live with. I'll just take that and I'll say we're white. I think our white is a little bit stronger. The strongest green card we're giving up is Eldrazi Repurposer. The other 2 green cards are pretty filler level. Luminous Bonds immediately rewarded for going towards the white end of things. All we have in red is a Wrecking Crew. Black's got us a pretty good one here with the Tenured Ink Caster. I think that card is quite good. Candlelight Vigil is also good if you're very aggressive, but it runs into the problems of being an offensive aura. Luminous Bonds is just unconditional removal. Can't attack or block. All for it. It's a common effect to see it 3 now in white, but it's an effect I'm always happy to see if I'm drafting white. So I have my Flame Blessed Bolt, I have my Galvanic Discharge and Strangle, all of which are single red, all of which do 3 or 2 damage to a creature. Amazing little removal suite for single red. Like, there's no way we're not red. I like this 4/3 for 5 with haste. It also is a werewolf, so it can flip and become a 5/4 and give other wolves haste, which is negligible, but just the body and the stats on its own are quite good. Cathar Commando is another very solid card. Like, this card just does a ton of heavy lifting. Steadfast Paladin was great in the set it was in. Just 2/2 lifelink for 2 was really good. I'm going to take the stats and, again, try to shore up at least some kind of a mid-game plan for us. I see a Windscarred Crag in this pack. Neonate's Rush. 1 damage to target creature and 1 damage to its controller. Draw a card. Not a bad one. 3 is a little steep, and we don't, right now, probably have many, if any, vampires. 0 vampires. Mystic Sanctuary is insane. I'm surprised to see that this late. But yeah, I'm just going to take Windscarred Crag. Right now we're on 13 playables. We could play the Sticky Fingers and the Rush of Battle if we really need to. So I think we'll get to playables. And Windscarred Crag just helping fix our mana situation is always welcome. We don't want too many tap lanes in an aggressively slanted deck like this. But I'll take some. Double Strike. Obzon Banner. Yeah, it's between the Chain Dancer and the Guardian. I think I'm just going to take the 3-drop here. This card was fine. It's a 3/2 for 3, so it often will trade down, unfortunately. But with the Coven, sometimes it just gets lifelink, and it's like, that's great. That's kind of, that can be a blowout for sure. So where are we at? We're at 8 creatures, 6 non-creatures. Okay. I don't hate the position we're in. I maybe have to play Sticky Fingers in this deck, potentially. We're looking for, like, some cheap evasion is really high on my list of things that's not just, like, great removal. I want to be able to win this game somehow. The Lookout just does Mountain at this point for us. Seize Opportunity is good enough, I think, to play. It's flexible, which makes it pretty good. Could take the Desert. Probably just take the Defiant Strike here. +1/+0, draw a card is really good. Better than 5/4 for 5, which we've seen several copies of different versions of, which is super duper mediocre filler. If we have to play one, I'll play one. But I'd prefer not to be taking it over something else if possible. Okay. A little 1/2 that endures 1 is nice. Keep going wide. When this creature dies, make a soldier. It's a 3/1 for 3. I think I'll just lean towards the lower end. When in doubt, take the lower curve version of whatever I can. Got a haste vehicle. Yeah, it's like fine, but not great. I'll just take the brute. It's a 7/3 for 5. So, I mean, it runs into that same problem of it trades down pretty significantly. Candlelight Vigil is a potential playable, but again, a lot of risk. It's a high risk, high reward card. If it sticks, you're in good shape. If not, you're not. The 5/3 for 4 I remember being decent. I'm just going to take Goblin Arsonist. This card is pretty good and can be pretty annoying on some board states. When it dies, just being able to throw a damage at any target's really nice. And we get a last pick, Neonate's Rush. Tons of enchant creatures. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may have 2 target players exchange life totals. That is certainly a Magic card. Enduring Bond Warden was really good. This had backup, so it comes in and puts a 1/1 counter somewhere. When it dies, it puts counters on target creature you control. So if you have to put it on itself, you don't just lose everything to that, which is pretty cool. Lotus Eye Mystics. Return Enchantment's not going to be the best for us. This guy's a pain in the neck because you can attack with Indestructible a lot. Welding Sparks is 3 for 3 damage. I think we've done a little bit better. We have a 2/2 that can pump. I'm just going to take the cheap creature here. I fear like I may be too low in terms of curve for creatures. So like I may be looking at something like a Trumpet Blast, which I imagine will wheel. Hand that feeds 2/2 Delirium. That we're going to be hard pressed to trigger Delirium. We have 5 instants, 11 creatures, 1 sorcery, 1 artifact, 2 enchantments right now. Not the worst, but certainly not an easy thing to be doing. The Luxodon Sergeant isn't bad. 3/3 for 4 with Vigilance, and then it gives everything Vigilance when it comes in. Like, that's solid. And I do think we have, what, 2 4-drops? Hand that feeds. Maybe we need the 2-drop just a touch more. Oh, Forging the Sword. What do you do? Cast it. So it's a 3-drop Saga that makes a treasure twice. Then we get to search for a battle, a specific god equipment. Oh yeah, that's poopy. Yeah, that's a poopy. Oh well. The College Terrarium's good, but we're only 2 colors. Courtyard, we're not trying to build towards a creature ship. Exile target non-land permanent for 5 seems like it's going to be a pretty good deal. 1/5 reach. I remember this returns an artifact or sorry, an instant or sorcery from your graveyard was pretty good, but I think we'll just take the unconditional removal. When in doubt, kill their stuff. Flyer that we can kick to make it even bigger flyer, but we'd have to splash green to do so. This is a 3/3 for 3 that just can even pay 5 and spit out 1/1 tokens. That seems bonkers. Yeah, I'll take that one. Is that cat food? I'll have that guy. So this pack, not great. 2/2 haste for 4, but it explores when it comes in. There's a combat trick, +2/+2, and gain a life for each attacking creature. It's a lot of text on a card like that. The Day Squad's a 3/3 that brings along a 1/1, which is like fine. It's a fine rate. I think I just want the trick. How many sorcerers? 13 creatures. I'm kind of high on non-creature, actually, so I better take the Day Squad Marshal here. Phyrexian Unlife. Wow, interesting. Artillery Blast would just deal 2 damage to a tapped creature most of the time. But it's like the only thing... Oh, no, Adventuring Gear is here. This card's actually quite good. I'm surprised to see it go this late. This is Landfall. Creature gets +2/+2. This is how we turn our little crappers into actually something decent. 3 mana 2/2, because we really don't have many enchantments. Fall of the Hammer's good. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another creature. That's fine. We do have an on-color Goblin. 2/2 for 2. When it enters, we get energy. At the beginning of combat on your turn, pay an energy. Another... Oh, no, we want this. Gives haste. That's awesome. Another card for Modern Horizons. Oh, we got the Mutt. Artifacts enter tapped. Destroy an artifact. Each artifact with mana value X. The Braggart's fine, but our curve's kind of like getting full at 4. Here's a 2-drop. Whenever this creature becomes a target of spell or ability, draw a card, discard a card. I guess we're taking that thing. The Lotus Eye Mystics came back. I'll put it in the board. I think we're good. Like, we have 26 cards right now. I don't think we're going to end up finding anything for the deck from this point. It's so funny. We have the Master Splicer that's a 4 that makes a 4/4 with it. And then we have the Day Squad Marshal that's a 3/3 and makes a 1/1 with it. So, like, very close to the same card. Trumpet Blast did not wheel, interestingly enough. We ended up wheeling the Kindling Fury. We'll take the Loxodon just in case we feel like we need another 4. Right now we have 3 4s. Giving all our little poopers Vigilance is not, like, the greatest thing in the world. Target creature gets +3/+2, scry 1. That's not bad. Keldon Warcrawler. When this creature attacks, put a lore counter on a saga. Not exactly what we have in the way of wants. Just pass 2 black cards. We have a black card, help a friend next to us. And we get a red card at the end. It's not a great one, but 3/3 first strike is annoying. With pump effects, that becomes a major headache to block. Oops. 1, 2, yep. Flip the view here. Take a look at our curve and see where we're at. We got to cut 3 cards, it looks like. Though I would consider certainly playing 16 lands in this deck. Like, I have kind of no problem with that, given the low curve we have. So this is just a 1, like, just give a creature +1/+1. I mean, it could destroy an artifact or enchantment by happenstance if we want it to. Maybe we get, like, the Strongbox Raider seems okay with our curve being so low. Could be just Village Watch maybe doesn't make the cut. Like, its stats are pretty much on par with some of our cheaper drops. And just lowering the curve could be good. So maybe we go down, like, a Village Watch and we go down... Could just go down Buy Your Silence as well. And just go, like, a little bit on the cheaper road. Maybe that's the way to do it. And then we can definitely cut a land and we're good to go. Double red pips. And that is the only double pip in the whole deck. Otherwise, we're 54-46 in favor of plains. So I guess we go down 1 basic mountain. And that gives us 40 cards. It's a pretty easy deck to build. If we end up grinding a little too much, or like the board gets gummed up too fast and we can't find a way to penetrate through the board, I can always put something back in that's a little bit more expensive. But for right now, I just want to keep things streamlined and do the thing that we all know Boros is capable of, which is play, attack, play, attack, play, attack, try to go wide, try to attack in, try to deal damage before our opponent can stabilize. They get to go first. We have a tap land on 1. We have no 1-drop, surprisingly, but we do have 2 2-drops and a 3-drop piece of removal. The Fortress Kinguard makes 2 things, so that's fine. Hand that feeds a little weak. This hand on the whole is pretty subpar, but considering we're on the draw, just being able to play things is great. If we flood out, it's going to be a little bit annoying, for sure. But we'll do what we can in this mixed up draft world. So that's kind of, I think, one of the hallmarks. Oh wow, we're in the mirror with a card that's even the same card. That's pretty wild. So we can make this a 2/3 to block the Conduit Goblin, but it puts down a creature and pumps. So I'm curious if we want to just make the token here. I think we do. Because we can always double block the Goblin if needs be. 2 energy off of that. We also have the same exact Goblin in our deck. It seems very good. So next turn, we could Luminous Bonds if they just kind of play a 3-drop. That's a reasonable card to just, like, we want to gum that up. Oof. That's a very good card. Whenever you cast a spell that targets this creature, creatures you control. I think we just have to trade for this. We're just trading our 2-drop for their 3-drop. So I can live with that. So I think we're just going to play Hand That Feeds here, and then we'll play Master Splicer or Day Squad Marshal on turn 4. Hovering over our Windscarred Crag makes me a little nervous. Just untaps it, though. I guess they're just like, this thing served its usefulness, so... I'm just trying to preserve my life total because I'm off to a slower start than our opponent is. I could take the time to play Adventuring Gear and then Luminous Bonds the Aven, but I'd rather add to the board first. So we'll just go ahead and play Master Splicer here. This provides the most pressure. The next turn, if we draw a land, we could play Day Squad Marshal. I don't know how this works. I believe this has the landfall on Adventuring Gear. Okay. They're stuck on 3 mana, which is logical. It's going to happen in the Boros stack. What do we have in our second main phase here? We do have the Seize opportunity as well if we need it. Okay, just the front side of a Fairy Guide Mother. Okay, so let's think this through. Let's play Adventuring Gear. We can equip. Play Mountain. Coming in for 7 damage here. And then I think we just Luminous Bonds up. Could Luminous Bonds up the horse? We'll see if they choose to block. They do not. I think we just want the Dauntless Aven to not attack. So this just slows them down significantly compared to us. Like, we can put in as much as 7 damage. We don't have a fetch land, so no Evolving Wilds or anything like that. So we can't do the crazy double landfall trigger thing. During your turn, this creature has first strike. Yep, they're going to use this to saddle up the horse, which is fine. They're going to make the treasure, which isn't great, but they could have done all this anyway. Like, they could have used the links to do so. So now they might be able to make another 2-drop. So they're going to go a little wider than us. Very much incentivizes us to play Day Squad Marshal here. But that's fine, because we can attack with the Golem, and it provides a little bit of a mess, unless they have 2/2Xs. Then we just have to decide. I believe the Golem gets first strike, though, doesn't it? No, just +1/+1? Okay. We could always Day Squad Marshal if we draw a land, move the equipment over to the Golem and attack. Okay, just a generic 2/2 for 2. I think we're just going to attack with the 4/4 golem. They have 2 mana available. See if they can do anything. Just take it. I'm going to try to move the equipment over to the day squad marshal. I don't have any reason to keep 1 mana up. And putting the... making the day squad a 5/5 will allow me to attack with a 5/5 and a 4/4, which is attack for lethal. So they have to respect the ability for that to happen. They don't have to, but I would imagine they'd want to. 4 mana for them right now with the treasure that they have. Let's see. See what they can do here. I'm curious what they have. I wouldn't say we're like way ahead or anything. I'd say the board is like pretty close to parity. The one thing we have going for us is the numbers on our creatures. They have more creatures than we do, but one is kind of gummed up with our removal. That's an interesting attack. Do we chump here? Like, it just gets eaten if we do that. Do we just take 3? That seems a little suspicious. So let's throw a chump blocker out. I mean, this thing's not going to attack into a 2/2 anyway, so it might as well preserve 2 life points. I don't see a reason to not do that, because now if they add something crazy to the board here... Yeah, they have a 4/3 now. I think we just attack with everything here. We have a seize opportunity. Seize opportunity plus play like the conduit goblin or something seems like a fine way to spend our turn. If they lose both their creatures here, that's great for us. It's hard for them to want to block the Master Splicer here and risk taking a bunch of damage. But they could be thinking about how far behind they are and trying to win on the next turn, because if they have a trick like we do in our hand, like a Trumpet Blast or something, they could want to preserve as many creatures for an attack as possible. But if they do that, they end up losing to a trick similar, so I'm sure that's going through their mind as well. Because again, you don't want to play around anything specific in this format, but you do, like, those, like, all your creatures get plus kind of effects are definitely in just about every set. So it's definitely something to have on your mind. Absolutely. So I can understand their thought here with this block. Okay. So this means likely they'll... Oh, okay. We go to 3, we play out Conduit Goblin, and see what they can do. 2, 4, 5 coming in, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Yeah, I don't imagine they could kill us there. It'd be close, though. Okay, managed to get that one got in the mirror. It's kind of classic Magic. That's what I like about the mixed up drift. Like, I like seeing it as kind of like a palate cleanser sometimes, because, like, these current limited formats are very, very complex and technical, and the cards are very busy and have a lot going on. So, we're playing against the Tactical Hobo. So getting back to basics, if you will, I think is a refreshing thing to be doing. I'm going to mulligan because that was pretty bad. This is way better. Not way better. Like, it could get even better still. Definitely a keep. Probably just put back Defiant Strike because that's not really doing a lot for us here, and I want to be able to cast one of these 3s. And we'll just start off on Lunarch Veteran and hope to draw a 2-drop somewhere along the way. Land is not what we want. I could do with probably no land for the rest of the game, and in fact, I wouldn't be able to cast 1 card in my deck because it's double red. So every land we draw from here is pretty painful. I mean, I'm going to attack here. I'm not going to hold back on the chance that they want to take out my card with Disturb, which I can just get back on my second main phase. Okay, just going to play the Envoy here. Next turn, we have a little bit of a choice. It's not much of a choice. It's likely going to just be Master Splicer, but we could play the Hammer and equip the Hammer. So if we drew a 2-drop, that would create the, like, I wonder what's better here kind of tension. Because we could make the Envoy into a 4/4, which makes it pretty blockable for the Sellsword. I'm just going to block the Sellsword with the Lunarch Veteran if they attack. I can then have a 2-drop built in if I need it. So I'm not too worried about it. If they have Exile effect for it, so be it. Like, it's just, that's the great thing about Veteran and why I took it so high is I kind of don't care what happens to this card. It's just going to get me value. Yeah. We get to just attack back for 3, and, like, we're doing fine here. Should not have done that. I let the arena auto tapper get me. But we'll just attack back for 4. Next turn we can play out the Arsonist. If we draw a land, we'll play the Splicer. There's a lot of opportunities here to do some things. Are they more than 2 colors? That could be what was holding them back there in the early part of the game. Again, I'll happily just trade the Luminous Phantom for the Sellsword. I don't have any problem with that. There's like a Fake Your Own Death or something similar. That's okay with me. They could just want it for the draw 2 cards. They went with Macabre Waltz, now they have to discard a card. Is their hand just full of land? What is happening? They must not have another play next turn. They got rid of Big Turtle? Oh man, that card was just a win con in Dominaria. Maybe we should play Master Splicer and Goblin Arsonist here. Nothing too complicated, right? Like, we just want to. If they're getting back a 3/1, and their next play is 3/1 pass, this is about the most punishing thing we could do to them. Is play out 3 creatures. That's insanity. Gabrielle's going to eat our last card.
I'm mysterious, refined.
Don't care. I mean, it would have been great to play. It would have almost assuredly shored up the game for us. But
Perish the thought. Ooh, sorry. No.
so now they get their pick of the litter. They can knock out the Goblin Arsonist, but then we get to tag Davriel with the damage. Maybe I just ping them. Yeah, I think I just ping them. Like right now they have Davriel versus this board. A board wipe would do it. Like, they definitely are in colors that are both very good at wiping the board. They're at 6 mana. So this is very much a time they could wipe the board. They're going to venture into a dungeon. Probably the Mad Mage to gain a life. Mad Mage gains a life. They could draw a Scry one, I think, is one of the other dungeons. Yeah, scry 1 on Fandelver. Sure. Why would they mine us
Let
there?
me pick your brain for a minute.
Okay, yeah, that was weird. I was like, why'd you mine us there? Did they pick the wrong dungeon, or what did they do here? I'm so confused about what happened with the dungeon because I was reading it and then just, like, it moved along. Very weird. Okay. That was a strange game. But we got some goodies. We got good removal. I mean, on principle, we're doing exactly what Boros wants to do. We're going wide, we're playing tricks, and we're dealing damage to creatures. We're just, like, removing creatures from combat and trying to just beat them down quickly. That's going to work a lot of the time. It's going to not work some of the time, too. So, just got to hope that it works 7 times before it doesn't work 3 times. And this is fine here. 2-drop, 3-drop. We are on the draw for the 3rd time in a row. Sleight of Hand. Good card. Would lead me to believe they had nothing else to do or were looking for a land there. Not much of a signal, truthfully. Just a good card to play on 1. If they counter this, I'm cool with it. Looks like that might be happening. Yep, that's okay with me. This is very... Oh, if they do so. Okay, that's cool with me. Trade a card for a card here. Next turn, we'll probably just play Pegasus, unless they choose to discard. I imagine they're going to discard Master Splicer, because we can't cast the Strongbox Raider right now, and Master Splicer is, like, by a country mile, the scariest card in our hand. Like, next turn we'll play Sungrace Pegasus and pass. They picked the Strongbox Raider, even though we can't cast it. That's wild. Okay. It might mean that they have a counter, and they're okay holding up a counter there. They're not holding up a counter. Either that or Auto Tapper got them, and they meant to. Oh, now they're holding up a counter. Okay. See if they have an answer for Sungrace Pegasus. Nothing yet. Let's go ahead and combat here. We're just gonna play Master Splicer. It's an annoying card for them to have to deal with because of the 2 creatures. 1 removal spell is not great. But it did hit. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, there's no reason for me to seize opportunity here. Next turn, I can play Seize Opportunity plus a 2-drop if I so choose. Oh, God. Whenever you cast a spell, until they reveal a land card. Oh, God. Okay, that's bad for us. Life doesn't so much matter here. Okay. Let's go to combat. Probably should have attacked with Master Splicer just to kind of dare them to come at me. I need to hold up the Seize Opportunity here, so I'm just going to play Lunarch Veteran and pass. They know I have this trick, but I just need to disincentivize that Consuming Aberration from attacking until I can find removal. The bulk of my removal deals with small creatures. So, if they cast a couple of spells here... Okay, that worked. See if they have another follow-up spell to play. Mind Whisker is very annoying. Do I play this? I think I need it as a trick. He gives... Oh, it's only if he has Threshold. Okay. 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 See what they have. If they have a removal spell. I don't care about like Mind Whisker. I won't probably use that if they don't block with Consuming Aberration. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I could deal. They're going to block the 4/4? No. Interesting. What do they have? Could be like a fake your own death, maybe? I mean, I'm going to try the thing. If they have a spell, which they most assuredly do, right? They wouldn't block with the Consuming Aberration and risk it dying. Oh, it went to the graveyard. Okay. That was... I just totally blanked on that part, which was the most obvious. We're trading for the Mind Whisker at the moment. So they have, yep, like a fake your own death effect. I don't know if we're going to be able to overcome this. If they attack with the Aberration, I don't know if they can attack here now. We'll see. It's going to be close. We can make a flyer. If we draw a land, we can play 2 things next turn, which is nice. We don't even need a land to do so. I'll play this now. If they want to counter it, they can. They might have some kind of a response to something. These cover up, classic. This is going to be the problem, is trying to find an answer to Mind Whisker quickly. So far, we have not lost any of our removal somehow. They now have a flyer. We just keep hitting single land. It's kind of funny. If they attack, I think we have to take it like 2 times before we can consider blocking, like till it's like kind of uber lethal. Not much we can really do there, just try to scare them a little bit. We gotta figure something out. Kind of surveilling past the land. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. 8 lands so far. Now we hit a pocket of cards. Yeah, don't think we're gonna be able to overcome this one. Lost a Galvanic Discharge. Down to 14 cards. They can't attack with the Aberration, which is the nice part. We just need to find an answer to Mind Whisker, and that opens up the opportunity for us to take care of things. Oof, Mountain was a horrendous draw. I don't think there's a reason to hold on to Mountain, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're going to end up having gotten us. Just the early Aberration's so hard to beat. And then them being able to hit Threshold quickly with the Mind Whisker was rough. I mean, I'll certainly try. Like, I'm not going to give up at this juncture. There is another removal spell. What else are we missing here? Got Strangle left, I believe. In 5 cards. So if they attack with Spy Bug, we can shoot the Mind Whisker and attack. So we can attack, attack, attack. They have block, block, block. We can deal 4 damage to a blocker. Attack, attack. They block likely with the Scob. I doubt they put their Mind Whisker in any kind of danger. Okay, there's the Strangle. We'll see if they have a counterspell. Looks like another Devious Cover-Up. They're playing around in their graveyard. If it's Devious Cover-Up, we can move on. They just gotta... They don't need to get this crazy picky. Yeah, because they put it back on top with the Scuff. That was my beat. I forgot about that part. Yeah, nothing doing there. They got the lock on. I don't think that you really can fire that strategy off too many times and it works, but it worked there. So, I mean, they got to do the cool thing. I don't know in what order you pick that deck. I guess it's Consuming Aberration. But they really need a very specific group of cards to make that work. On the draw for the 4th time in a row. We have the Luminarch Veteran. We need a red source for 2 of these cards to work. We don't have a 2. I'm just wondering if we can do better. I'm going to say we can do better. I'd be proven wrong. I'll keep this. Probably put back the Cosmium Blast. But we'll see. We'll put out a little 1/1 flyer here. We'll put out a 1/1. Any planes and we're good to go. We have the Galvanic Discharge now, which is nice. 3 damage to a creature, so if need be. I'm willing to trade for the Sprite. Here's fine. Play out Raptor. If it resolves, great. If they counter it, great. Yep, just a cancel here is totally fine. If we draw planes, that's probably the best draw in our deck. I'm going to play out the 5-2 because I kind of have no choice. It looks to be stuck on 1 color, so... This might be a put it back on top of your deck effect. It's the tap. Doesn't untap during the next untap. Okay. No reason to do anything here. They have an Angler out. Are they mono blue? Did they pull that off? If they're going to take the turn off, I just want to punish them for doing that, so... Okay, there's a wait. I think we just put this out and attack. Next turn we can put out the Bond Warden if we want to, or just make a Gnome, which is likely going to be what I do, because that's uncounterable. Okay, no Rostos. I'm just going to end the turn here. There's no reason to run out the Bond Warden right this second. I can make a Gnome end of their turn. Okay, yep. There's a whole lot of nothing. This is kind of the misfire. Our last opponent had a deck similar to this, where it's just kind of like they're trying to do the cool thing, which I don't blame them. Like, why wouldn't you want to do the cool thing here? But you do get punished by people like me who are just playing on good draft principles. And that's generally how if I can do something really cool or I open something really fun, like the Consuming Aberration, for example, you better believe I'm going to try to draft around that card. But at the same time, if I don't open a bomb in my pack one, pick one, I'm kind of relegated to playing pretty honest Magic and doing, like I said in the draft portion, sticking to those very simple and straightforward drafting principles, and that's just kind of the way of it. Opponent goes first again. We've yet to be on the play with this deck. But we have a 1-drop into 2-drop, into 2-drop, 3-drop, 2-drop, and this hand is great. The lack of being on the play, I will say, is a little untenable. Put it again on island. Oh, this card is cool. This bestows for 3. Happy to trade. My opponent's been happy to trade with my Goblin Arsonist today. They get a card out of it, for sure. But I just want their board clear so I can run things into things. Next turn we can bestow Mogus's Warhound, depending on what happens. Opponent is blue and red, so it's very likely that our Sungrace Pegasus could get shot. Do we want to risk the bestow here? I think so. It's a high-risk, high-reward play. If the opponent shoots it, the bestow comes in. If they counter the bestow, that's dealt with and the Pegasus sticks around. It's just a really good, like, they can't do what the auras normally do, which is punish us completely by just dealing with the Pegasus. So they have to decide how they want to approach this situation. Yep, just cancel on the... Oh, that's okay with me. We got to do what we got to do. Forcing 2 blue mana for Moment of Truth. Two-drop creature would be the best draw for us, most likely. For this turn, if they shoot the Pegasus, we want to get 2 creatures down. Yep, there's the shot. So we just want to get 2 creatures down if we can. No, we cannot, but we'll just play a 3-drop. This card's kind of annoying for them to deal with. They need pretty premium removal. Something like Shock doesn't do it. They have 4 mana, so they're definitely in the realm of like a 3 and a red sorcery deal. Something 5 damage is not ridiculous. If we draw a land, we have something to do. Okay, 2 2-drops is fine. Let's go ahead and attack and see what they do. They have removal, they have removal, they have bounce, that's fine too. I'm not gonna not try to do stuff. I'm gonna play the worst card first. We call this a bait. Trying to get them to counter this spell instead of our better one, which this is arguably worse. Both are pretty mid, so I'm not not sad if either get countered here. We'll just make a token here. Okay, so wide board is now wide. They're on 5 mana now. They've gotten that land. They've been looking for it, so they found it. See if they can play something. It's like a Watcher in the Mist or something. Won't be the best for them. Drowned Secrets. Why are we playing this now? You haven't been playing anything on... Okay. I don't understand that. Do we now have a cheap spell? Was that the ploy? Not really sure I follow. Okay. Sure. I'm going to spin our wheels for a while. Is it okay with me? I'm just going to continue playing creatures. I do not, like, this is the, like, I get it, they open the Drowned Secrets, you're like, oh, really cool card, I want to try to make my opponent's mill. I get it, but I am the Punisher here of that particular kind of strategy. There's bouncing and awakening a land. We lose our discharge, which is something. But now they have a susceptible land. I'm just going to attack with everything. I have the deal 4. Just blow up their land. Blow up your land. Shrug. Continue playing creatures. Not really sure what we're doing here. That turn they took off for the Drowned Secrets is insane to me. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I suppose. Okay, lethal on the board. What are we doing? On turn, target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and you can proliferate. You're doing it, Peter. What are we doing? I'm thinking very hard about stupid things. Okay, we play 2 creatures now. Okay, you're doing it. Oh my god, you got us halfway through our draft deck. Oh my god. Please, take all the game actions. I'll make a 1/1 into something a little bit more significant here. I just want to try to kill this person so they can quit taking game actions. They're going to block a 3. They'll block a 2 of some stripe, probably just the 2/1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank God. Lethal. You did it, opponent. You played the stuff. And that's the thing, like, again, like, I mean, I keep saying, it sucks to play this many opponents in a row who are on shenanigans. But, like, most of the time, the shenanigans are not going to work because most players in this format are not going to open a cool card. They're going to just have to draft removal, evasive creatures, well-statted creatures, a generically good strategy. And that's what they're going to be forced to do. That's what we're forced to do. And, like, I understand, like, the opponent was like, oh, man, but I had these Drowned Secrets, and I could have milled you out in 10 more turns. But it's like, it's just not going to work a lot of the time. I'm not saying to not try it. It's just hard to do. Oh, my God, we're on the play. How do you even play this game on the play? We have Bond Warden on 1, but no 2-drop. Do I mulligan? I have a Frenzied Raptor on 3 right now. I have no red mana. I have more red than white. I'm down 3 white, so I see a red fairly reasonably. I think I'm gonna get a little greedy and say we can do better. 1/2 plus a removal spell is better. Keep 6. Put planes on the bottom. Start on a mountain. Play our good friend Goblin Arsonist, who's been our 1-drop of choice like 3 times now. So Arsonist will be able to attack here, and then we're just gonna follow up with Kinguard. We're just going to make the critter. Little spirit, I think, there. Yeah, spirit token here. Mountain into Chandra's Magma. Oh, I loved this card. We love Magma. I'm going to strangle the Magma. And then we're going to attack with it. I want to reduce the amount of things they have on board. And I want to play the Strongbox Raider with Raid. Raider with Raid. Fitting. I just want to attack, and one creature being dealt with by a blocker is okay. They're going to mutiny my Arsonist, so I will shoot them. They're not adding to the board, presumably? So could have mana trubs here? Oh, they have a lightning man. Okay. Well, I could definitely attack into that. Okay, we've seen the second color now. The last one is to shoot our Strongbox Raider. Makes sense. What do we do with the Lightning Mare, though? It's got to attack here, right? Yeah. Happy to race. I'm way ahead. Next turn we have Deconstruction Hammer and then leave up the Blast if we need to, if we draw land. Look at this. Whenever this creature attacks melee card. Cool art. Pretty good too. So they have 5 that can go here. They can double block. So I guess I'd force them to do so if they want to take out the golem. See what they do here. It's going to speak a lot to what's in their hand. Just going to blow them out. 4 damage to their Lightning Mare, Phantom, goes down like a sweet muffin. Goes for the village rights here is totally fine. They lose everything here. And they have to try to come up with something. They got some extra cards to do so. So good chance they can double spell here and try to get the board back to stable. They play 0 cards. Do not understand. They even had a room they could unlock. There has to be a spell here that does something impressive. Okay, let's vanquish the weak. I don't see a reason to sandbag this mountain. I don't think we have a draw discard. Maybe we do, but it's hard to use. Something like that, maybe. I think we do, actually. Okay, well, that was another quick one. That opponent was not doing anything weird. I just think they had a bit of an odd hand. And we were on the play for once, so... All right, so we're hopping into the next one here. Maybe we'll be on the play again, even. That would be lovely. If you're watching this up to this point, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I do truly appreciate it. We are here every Thursday with a video. We are over on Twitch as well every Sunday with the Sunday Night Super Stream. A little bit of variety there. You get Magic, you get Lorcana, you get J-Rod playing Minecraft, J-Rod playing Final Fantasy, J-Rod playing Turtles, J-Rod playing Knights of the Old Republic. You get Dan playing Marvel Snap. Sometimes you get a Paul in there, and you never know what he's up to. So do check us out over on twitch.tv/superliminalfilms. If you can spell it, you can find us over there. We'd appreciate seeing you. Glutinous is our opponent. This hand is great, but we're on the draw. We have 1-drop creature, 2-drop creature, removal into 3-drop creature. Like, just perfect curve with removal. You love to see it. What if I were on the play? I'd be thrilled. Instead, I'm just quite happy. We'll see. Hand's very beatable, but we'll see what we can do. I like the opponent's sleeves. I like this, like, Lorcana. Or not Lorcana. Planeswalker-y symbol that glows with an owl and a snake at the bottom. It's really cool. Very neat. Duress. My strangle. Duress is bold. Well, good news, we drew Luminous Bonds. We're suited to play a reasonably long game if we have to. We have a creature that makes creatures. We have a creature that gains life when creatures come in. We have this really good engine. So we'll see if the opponent does not like what we're up to here. Play a Crackling Emergence. I'm just going to play creatures out. If I have to, like, blow up their land, so be it. They hit us for 3. And they play a Warehouse Tabby and an 0/3. I know we have a mountain, so... I'm not, like, now our hand is a mystery to them, so next turn we can play, like, Windscarred Crag Pass if we have to. See what they do with their land is interesting. If enchanted land would be destroyed, instead sacrifices are, the land gains indestructible. It has to be specifically destroyed. It's decent, like, it plays around our 2 removal spells actually quite elegantly, because we can either make it not attack or block, or we can deal 4 damage to it. Then it would still, if we make it not attack or block, it's still a land. If we blow it up, it goes back to being a land. It's actually a pretty elegant little solution to the problem. We'll see what they do here. Again, what is the Warehouse Tavern? Death Touch. Do we offer a block? No. I think the Envoy is just too important. I think that veteran and hand that feeds are also too important. I guess we're no attacks. Yes. We're fine playing a long game here. Like, we're gaining life pretty regularly. Even though the opponent's Neonate is, like, doing the little draining game thing. They seem to want to play a longer game for a black-red deck, which is interesting. Or they're just trying to use, like, a more aggressive start and clean up with Neonate. But, like, the Warehouse Tabby getting Death Touch is interesting. They do have the ability to make a black rat token that cannot block if we deal with their mountain, which we intend to do so. I'm going to try to get a trick out of their hand. That's the best I can do here is just, you know, try my best to get the tricks out. Yep, they got a rat. They have a land. Now they're face down. Yeah, and the turn's fine. We can make a gnome. I don't see any reason to try to do anything else. Until they present something really threatening, I don't want to use my Luminous Bonds. Like, they can't really attack. The board's pretty stable. And we're just going to gain back some of the life that they hit us for. Flame Blessed Bolt is nice. We can try to blow them out here if I attack, like if they go block, block. How do they stop us? They go block, block, block. Block, block, block. Take out the face down card. We're still dead. But then we just play the Frenzied Raptor. I think trying to get multiple things off the board from them is good. They need to block with all three things, and they might not realize it. A lot of fake your own deaths running around. Okay. Up to 5 mana. Barrier of Bones. See if they surveil. Kept it on top. They have a face down card. They have a Vampire Neonate. What am I worried about here? Seriously? That's interesting. Seriously? Wild. What does that attack even? Does the morph do something? Just trade me a 2-2 for a 2-3? Okay. I accept. Well, now I'm going to play this on your face down card. And I'm going to attack with Frenzied Raptor. Okay. Sure. Alesha Who Laughs at Fate. Whenever Alesha attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, if you attacked this turn, return target creature card with mana value. If you attack this turn, return target creature with mana value less than 80% of the Alesha's power. They can attack technically with a bunch of things. I'm going to cycle this now because there's just kind of no reason not to. If I'm going to hit a land, I want to be able to draw a not land as well. Okay. %, attacking with Frenzied Raptor. Play out this Goblin. First freaking strike too. That is real bad for us. I gotta find something quickly. Like just being able to get back all these things. I'm just gonna draw lands from here on out. Fascinating. Do I have to do that? I've seen 6 land, 5, 6, 7 land. 7 lands so far, nothing exiled. You just have to kind of block like this. Try to shut down the amount of creatures they can attack me with. I just need an answer for Alesha, and I don't know if I have a good one anymore. So most of mine are like I have Galvanic Discharge because of the Conduit Goblin energy that can help do it. So we'll see what they play here post their second main. The fact that it's just if you attack is so absurd. And I should have, like, nothing with a big butt to get in the way. Like, they can just keep blocking with the Alley Strangler. Yeesh, I'm in such a bad spot here. What can I draw? I mean, Galvanic Discharge seems to just be far and away the best card I can draw here. And that has one, like, I have one more turn to figure that out. It's insanity. I think I just take 7 here. I don't think I'm beating this, though. Card's just too big of a bomb, I think. I have 1 turn. If I draw Galvanic Discharge on this exact turn, I can kill Alesha. And then I can move on from there. Because they're not doing much. Like, they just brought back a Barrier of Bones. So it's like, we're in a good spot if I can find something. Mogus's Warhound. So that would make... Okay. So bestow onto the lifelink. See if they have an answer for the Royal Guard. Ritual Guardian. That none of those words I said were right. Burn the accursed. The lifelink there would have been crazy. just don't think there's much we can do. So they come in for 7 here. We block 5. They can't drain us this turn. We're past the point where Galvanic Discharge can kill them. I don't know as though we can beat them. 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd have to deal an additional 8 damage. I think the most we can do is 4. So they're drawing heavy on land, I will say that. So I'm going to bring back the Barrier of Bones. They're alone. Yeah, generally, again, you're up against the opponents who are doing, like, kind of shenanigans. This opponent, very much one of them. And sometimes it pays off, sometimes it does not. So they can chump or just block the Warhound safely with the Neonate. So maybe it's just this. The Phantom, like this chumps Alesha. We take 2 down to 2. 1, 0. So then the Sungrace Pegasus has to be the chump blocker. So I guess all 3 of these attack, but I don't think there's... I'm just going to go ahead and move on. I don't really think there's a card that gets us out of it. It's like, sometimes you draft a bomb. I mean, we saw it with the Consuming Aberration now, and we saw it with Alesha, is sometimes you do open a very good card during the course of the draft, and there's just... it's very hard to overcome. Puts us at 5 and 2. So, we'll see. But yeah, sometimes you open a very good card and you're able to play it. It's good. I just don't love that because I have terrible luck. Kind of like my ability to go first, which I've done 1 time so far. In 7 games. This is the 8th game. So it's 1 out of 8. 1 out of 8 total. 1 and 7 overall. So we have a removal spell on 1. We have Hand That Feeds on 2. Nothing on 3, but then we could play the Windscarred Crag and then the Day Squad Marshal on 4. I don't love it, but I would call it good enough. I think doing anything else would, in fact, be pretty greedy. Yeah, I think that's just the way to do it. We'll blow up whatever they play here if we're able to. Yeah, we'll just exile this thing. Opponent is on Boros as well. Now we do have a play on 3 that might be good. We're going to see how 2 goes. But I would take the high upside attack, like, play of bestowing Mogus's Warhound onto the Hand That Feeds. Like, if they just tap out for, like, a 3-3 and then attack for with a 5-5, I would potentially miss. Looks like we might just be losing our Hand That Feeds. If they leave any mana up, I would not make that play. Yeah, they're just going to Sorcery Speed a break. They could have gotten a 2-for-1 out of that if they had done it differently. Because I can make 2 plays in a row, even on the tap land, I'll now move to playing Frenzied Raptor instead. So if they play a land and just play a generic creature, I can make this up to 4 toughness. And as long as I can attack past that, that's a reasonably good play. Let's see what they have here on 4. Rubble Bell 4. Just going to continue doing what I said I would do. We're down at 14 now. We go up to 21 and we can play Day Squad Marshal on this next turn. We'll see if they have an answer for our 4. They're coming into the 5 mana turn. Okay. How do you transform? Flying Haste. So now they're kind of forced to transform this thing if they want to keep it alive. Otherwise we get a free block with Day Squad Marshal. And it's just like in a world of hurt here. They have to have some kind of a trick, but I'll make them use it here. It's going to eat up some of their mana for the turn, so... have a deal 4. Okay. Okay, they can transform the artisan and attack, but then they are dead. They're going to attack with everything because they have to block the raptor minimally. They can block a 1-1, but they have to block the raptor. Unless they have a way to kill the raptor. That's got to be the last card in their hand, right? Yep. Instant speed, 6 damage. Puts them down to 3. We have this thing. So they're still not attacking, which is good news for us. And we can start to make a squad. Yep. Nothing much they can do here. They can transform the artisan and attack. That's fine. We're up a ton of advantage here. Can we attack with anything else? No. I think I just have to give them the all clear to go ahead and block however they so choose. That way they're not spending a bunch of time thinking about something that's not there. So they can't do much. They can attack with the Sky Flyer, which seems fine here. It's a little risky if I draw another pump effect. I've already shown that I have them. Other than that, though, I mean, like, they do have to win this game eventually. Don't exactly support that attack, but I mean, I get why they did it. Just seems a little weird. So we just have a little 2-2 here. Pass the turn. We can make another gnome, which is good. We just need them to blank the next draw or so. Land would be great. If they can do a land here, that would be terrific. They do kind of need the Spear Spewer to block, so they do have to remember their Spear Spewer trigger. They can attack with the Sky Flyer once again if they so choose. They don't get punished too badly, but like one pump spell is scary if they attack with the Sky Flyer. I think this time we'll just block. I don't want to go down too low, and like that little kind of wonky attack does not feel great. This is pretty nasty. This means they can't attack anymore with the 3/3 on the ground. So now we're up to 5-4. It means they can't attack anymore. They might have removal here. They keep reading the Ritual Guardian. The downside to the Ritual Guardian is it definitely has a weakness inherent, and that's the 2-butt. Spear Spewer. Like, the Spear Spewer on top of the boar, it's like we can't really take 4 damage every turn. It's just going to be too quick till they can kill us. We'll see what their last card... I'm wondering what their last card is. They might just be bluffing a land here, which is fine. I understand if they do. They didn't Spear Spewer. Interesting. That probably was just a forgot. So that probably means the card in their hand's not just a land, or all they'd be thinking about is that Spear Spewer. So you have to believe that that last card in their hand is legit. Interesting. What can we do here? What do we want to see? Not land, obviously. Unstoppable Ogre. Makes it so our gnome can't block. Hammer Hand. Can't block haste. What even is this attack? We take 6. They have 2 blockers. We gain 3. Right? Well, if we lose the 2/2, we don't actually. We attack back for 5. 2, 3. This is interesting. We have to block. I think we do have to block with Envoy. It does not matter what we block, right? That's the block we have to make so that Coven stays turned on. So, just a 5/2 haste. So the Pathmaker has to block the Ritual Guardian. Has to block the Scribe. They forgot to do the Spewer again. I think we have one here. I don't think there's anything they can do to stop us now. It'd have to be like, blow up the Pegasus and deal damage to us simultaneously. So there are cards that do that for sure. Or a pump effect, but I'm blocking 110% of the time. Barbed Batterfist. Does not do it. They have 4 attackers, they have 3 blockers, they have no lifelink. So they lose. Yeah, you lose. GG. Oof. That was a close one. That last attack step, had they... Well, A, Spewer triggers matter. And had they not attacked with the Sky Flare as well, they would have had a much better blocking scenario. So they got a touch greedy with their attacks, and we got a touch lucky for it, so... Better lucky than good. And better that the opponent had that rough combat step. Yeah, I think I get their point. Like, I get the concept of shutting off 2 blockers, forcing... Like, I got a force box. I just don't think they thought it through all the way. So they drew the Hammer Hand. That was the card they were thinking about. But the missed triggers and stuff... Oh my gosh. On the draw again. Last possible game we could be playing. And we've played all of them on the draw but 1. That's crazy. We have a Strangle on 1, Fortress Kingguard on 2, or a Conduit Goblin on 2. Mogus's Warhound or Frenzied Raptor on 3. His hand is quite good. Mandibular Kite. That is like the worst thing to have to blow up. Equips for 4. I'm not going to be playing this Strangle until turn, like, 1,000,000. So I guess we go ahead and do that here. Killing a token feels rough. We're playing 3/3 for 2 mana. Holy cow. Okay. What does this even do? Gain 4 life, draw a card. Turns into a 4/4 flying vigilant. Now we gotta fart around with this battle too. Man, this is nuts. And they're gonna be able to Mandibular Kite on the next turn. We don't have a flyer. So, I imagine they're going to equip the Mandibular Kite and they're going to attack the battle. And then we have to figure out what's going on here. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm going to block if they give me the chance. I can't afford for that battle to flip. Does that mean they missed a land drop? Wow, we got insanely lucky. I think I just have to play this out as a creature. Yeah, I think I'll just attack with it. I don't see a reason to not. I'll just trade Heartstopper for Conduit Goblin, Fortress Kinguard for Hopeful Eidolon. If they draw a land and they give one Kite, then so be it. I kind of just don't have much of a choice. Okay, this didn't do anything. Yeah, the turn's fine here. Alright, there's the Mandibular Kite. Like, kind of too little too late now. They have to add to the board in a more meaningful way. So if their 4-drop's very good, we can Luminous Bonds. Was not expecting 3/3 for 2 into 5 counter battle. Wild. That's what's fun about this format, is you kind of don't know what's coming. It's definitely an enjoyable time. If you like grindy Magic. I mean, again, they can get their bomb and do, but that's no different than any limited. The spread of things is just wider, and therefore the power level goes down because you don't have these built-in set synergies that really help power up some of the underpowered cards. So let's see what they got here. Dual Leech. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control with power 2 or less gets +1/+0 and Death Touch. Why would I not block? We get a hit in. They have a handful of stuff. We have a handful of nothing. We have no hand. We have nothing. So, you have to imagine that we're in a very bad spot. Okay, we roll 3 cards. Okay, that's pretty good here. That's pretty good. Okay, I mean, that was pretty much the most absurd thing that could have happened. Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna say anything. That was lucky as shit. So no comment. They can definitely Mandibular Kite. I'm gonna let them hit the battle. But you can see why I preserved like so much against that particular card. Yeah, they're doing the good stuff. Oh. Yeah, we do land. I mean, again, I can't say much. Like, holy cow, did we get lucky. Attack with everything right. Now they get the angel, because they get to attack the battle. Yes. Yep. Not interested in the kite, which makes sense. It's a big commitment on the mana front. Really in the tank here on this combat step. Okay. Four flying vigilance. They have a trick. What is this? Just indestructible. Okay, we cannot beat that. They got too much stuff going on. And I mean, that happens. They definitely had... I mean, we ran into the opponents who, when we lost, it's because they managed to get the things they wanted to going. When we won, it was because they largely did not. But overall, I'd say for a deck with no bombs in it, I can't complain too much about any of this stuff. Like, it's all good stuff. So if you feel like trying a mixed up draft, now you kind of have a better idea of what you're in for. Maybe some tips that'll even help you do a little bit better than you would have without them. Again, I think going into this format with the concept of having a really good time should be your primary. Just remember, if you don't open a bomb, you have to kind of fall back onto those very classic draft foundational kind of processes, or else you're not going to be able to have a functional deck. And I think, to me, the powerful cards have to be very powerful in addition to being very fun for me to really want to eschew trying to make my money back. I mean, this all costs money, right? Like, we bought the gems. It cost gems to get in, or we grinded and took time to get the gold. So you want to get a good output, right? Like, the good news is this set does pay back on the 5-win mark, so you're good there. So overall, I enjoy the mixed up draft format. Encourage you to give it a try. It is a ton of fun. If you stuck with me till the end, really appreciate you. Thanks so much for hanging out. And until next time, cast more spells. Do that thing.